Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing fantastically. Got a little video for you on the Two Brothers map, standard battle out in the trusted shimakaze. No low young video today, but this is one that's been sat around in my video folder for a week or two now. So I thought it's one I've put aside to share, but all the videos have come up I'd enjoyed a little. Well, went on a little bit sooner than this one. I wouldn't say I enjoyed it any less. It was still a good game I enjoyed. So I thought, why not put it on? Let you guys have a look at it. Another bit of footage for you to have a view through. So as always, guys, I hope you're enjoying the videos. Obviously, like and comment on the video if you want to see anything different. If you want to see something changed, you don't want something, you want to see more of something, let me know in the comments. Obviously, if you're enjoying it, one point out, have a check out my other videos, and obviously subscribe to the channel. Lets me know you're enjoying it. Excuse me. So we're going to head off towards what would be, I don't know, one of the capture points is on the sort of right and left of this, as well as north and south. So I want to head into this area, scout for my team. I've got the friendly Udloy I've pinged to basically follow me and provide me with some fire support should we get detected, which we no doubt will. Still at, I think, still at about 17 point captain on the shimakaze. The Udloy, for some reason, has decided he's going to turn away, which I hadn't expected actually. I was hoping he was going to push this area with me, which obviously I put in chat. Well, thanks very much. I pinged him again and he put negative, so I was like, well, great, thanks very much. So I'm now probably well overextended now, and obviously a lot of the enemy team are pushing up this way. The Montana and the Tirpitz is all we can see at the minute, but there are others who are there. Oh, the Moskva is there, and that is a ship I do not want to get anywhere near. Good radar, massive health pool for a cruiser, even though it's kind of a light battleship really, more than a cruiser, but don't want to be getting anywhere near him. But I want to try and keep these guys spotted for Marker first, who's north of me, and obviously if I can see any torpedoes coming in or spot any destroyers, happy days. So I'm going to send some torpedoes off towards the Montana and one off towards the Moskva, and we are detected, and it's a Benson. Another ship I don't really want to be tangling with. Sent him a volley, 2,300, we'll take that. He's continuing to chase me. I'm going to drop my smoke and try and make a good getaway. Set him on fire, another 2,300 damage. He's repaired the fire. Obviously everybody's going to shoot at me now, we were detected.
Smoke screen set.
And we're still detected. Somebody else is oh no. I don't quite know where we were detected then. We must be just on the verge of being spotted by somebody. But I'm going to pop my speed boost in a minute, and we need to get out of here. And we are detected.
Engine boost activated.
And it's a low yang. And we all know what this thing can do. I'm well aware of what it can do. We've got a torpedo hit on somebody. Couldn't tell you who. And I need to basically just bail now. I need to get away from this thing. Don't want to be taking him on. We have set him on fire. We are getting some good damage on him, to be fair. But he is hydroing us now, so we need to move away. Obviously I'm just waiting, they've knocked my engine out. We've got 50 seconds on that, and we've got 44 seconds on the repair, so we're going to be going at slower speed now. Even though I have got a captain's perk, which sort of, it doesn't really matter if they knock my engine out of my rudder or anything, I still get it, which is last stand. But everybody's still shooting at us, even though we're not detected anymore, because I've not really changed my course too much. We've got a Yui Yang there in the, what would be, I think, C point. He's firing out of his smoke, so I'm going to fire off some torpedoes. And basically just get out of here. We've lost over half our health, so I'm going to let the we've got the engine will be repaired in a minute. Our speed's not dropped too much. I think we've lost about 6 knots, so engine repaired. I've not had to use my repair, so that's good. And there's the Lo Yang in his smoke. Thought about shooting him here actually. I'm not sure whether I do or not. Kind of fancied taking some shots at him. Whether there we go, and we are detected straight away, so that's not good. We're just clipping it. Another 1100 damage. The guns, although they don't fire as quickly on the shimakaze, their velocity is absolutely superb. So that they do get to the target a lot quicker than the Lo Yang. They're a bit more. The Lo Yangs are a little bit more floaty. And we've got a Missouri who's decided he's going down the centre. Well, questionable decision, if I'm honest with you, especially if there's a destroyer. I mean, he does have radar, but as I know with Missouri, it doesn't last all that long. And basically, the Kurfürst who was on our side, he's basically been killed, and the New Orleans is running for his life. And there's only me between the enemy team and basically pushing our cap. So I basically just want to do what we normally do in the shimakaze. We want to basically fall back, use our spotting to our advantage, and try and lay down some torpedoes to try and persuade these guys not to push the cap too hard, while all our friendlies turn around and come back as they suddenly realise that there is nobody here defending the cap other than me, and the Missouri's basically bailed to try and get their cap, which isn't going to work out too well for him, but there's not too much I can do about it. He's made the decision to go down there. Now the teams are fairly even. They've lost a destroyer and a cruiser. We've lost a battleship and a cruiser, and they've just lost a battleship as well. Frederick de Grace has just gone down. He was in the cap towards the Missouri, who's headed down there. And we've dropped some torpedoes on this Kurfürst, see whether we can at least get a couple on him. Maybe force out damage repair. And we look like we're going to get 3, 4. We're going to get 3. 1, 2, 3. Lovely. So that pushed that damage tail up. The Yu Yang spotted. I can only think the Des Moines must have his radar up because he's too far away for me to spot. And we've got to be cautious here because here we go. We've got the enemy benching now. Kurfürst pushing in, and I've not seen the Moskva for a little bit. So the Yu Yang's decided to smoke up, even though I've no doubt he's under radar from the Des Moines. So the Des Moines is making the most of it while he's spotted. And there we go, his radar must have ended, and those two are no longer detected. So I've got a set ready for the Kurfürst, who's going to nose in, I think, towards our friendlies. And I want to send some torpedoes into that smoke. The Moskva is now pushing this way. Now, I don't know what the range on his radar is. I'm sure it's sort of like 11 or 10 and a half. So I'm just looking in the smoke there. I can see there's at least 1, if not 2. So I'm going to fire 2 sets off into the smoke, and there you go. We are radar by the Moskva. So 11 and a half kilometres it must be. So I want to basically just turn completely away from him. We've got that island between us and the enemy destroyers who are in their smoke screen. And more crucially, this isn't hydro, so they're not picking those torpedoes up. And there's some more torpedoes going in from the Z-23. He's obviously radared as well, but he's made the decision to just sit stationary in front of the Moskva and the Kurfürst and the 2 destroyers in the smoke. Well, that's never going to end well, and he pays the ultimate price. But he has got a load of torpedoes off into that smoke, and they're basically crisscrossing each other. So we've basically covered the whole smoke screen in torpedoes. So anyone that's in there is going to take one. And the Moskva looks like he's just took a citadel from somebody. Another torpedo into the smoke. Friendly, well, the enemy Benson's there. And we get a cheeky kill on the Benson. Obviously we're detected now. There's the Yui Yang, he's detected. No. So those two are down. And our position, friendlies versus enemies, is looking very good now. Their Montana's all alone, he's run out of friends. And our friendly Missouri somehow has managed to get down south and is heading back into the cap. And at this point I hadn't actually realised there was an enemy Tirpitz. He was there. The Tashkent looks like he's running for his life back up the channel, and he's just been killed by the Tirpitz main battery. And the Missouri, he's gone down to the Zhao. They've burnt him to death, and that's only 2 of the remaining 3 ships on the enemy team. Now, to be honest, I didn't expect the Tirpitz to. I expected him now to be turning sort of in a circle, really, in their cap point. But I did get a little surprise down here. Not quite what I was expecting, to be honest with you. And part of the reason I'm thinking I'll be calling this Escaping Death, this video, because at this point now I should be about to get deleted, because this Tirpitz is coming up the channel. And I ran aground. Obviously at this point I've run panic stations. That's totally screwed it. Dumped all of my torpedoes. Took a main battery hit. 2,000 health. He's furiously turning because he knows that the torpedoes are coming. And if I'd have just slowed down and stopped, then wouldn't have kept getting detected. But full health. Goodbye.
Surprise, motherfucker.
We've just survived. I don't quite know how we managed to survive that. 1,100 health left. And I think we might be able to get into the cap now, because there's only the enemy Zhao left. And well, his last known location was I1 on the grid square on the minimap, so he's absolutely miles away. So I'm not particularly worried about him. It's very rare you come into contact with Zhao. I don't know whether they can have hydro. I'm sure that they can as an option. Whether you see anyone with one is another matter, but if I can get out into their cap point now and keep him spotted, it's all over. And somebody on our team basically was having a bit of a joke now and saying, you know, it could be a solo warrior. You know, let him win, guys. He really needs the flags on the enemy team, saying that in chat. So that's not going to happen. I'm not going to give any free win away from that. And obviously, it's pushed our damage counter up to 154,000, which is always pleasing, especially when 69,000 of it comes from a devastating strike like that. And we've not spotted him yet, but I mean, you know, by the time it took us to get down here and kill the Tirpitz and come out, he could be a little bit closer than we actually realise, because it has got good concealment from what I've watched anyway. So I am going to send some torpedoes just randomly off where I think he might appear from. I'm expecting him. Oh, there we go. Somebody's firing over there. So that's only him, and he is heading back this way. But he's nowhere near being close enough to spotting us. And he made a decision to fire, which, well, to be honest, he's got nothing to lose now. We might as well. But really, the only thing he's got to do is try and fend them off and head into the cap to try and stop me from capping. But he's never going to get close enough to me with all those guys chasing him. So I'm just going to do what I need to do, which is stay in the cap. Obviously my team are pinging, detect him, but he's sort of, I think he's probably on the verge of being undetected by me, but he keeps firing his guns, so I mean that's going to keep him lit up for everybody to fire at. I am going to move closer to him because he looks to be turning away and heading back for his I1 or I2 square haunt right at the bottom of the map. And basically, he's got the Hindenburg and the Des Moines and probably the Kerfurs now are all firing at him. He's got some torpedoes off, and he's got a couple of 1 or 2 hits on the Hindenburg there, which is, you don't see Zows using their torpedoes quite as often as you might expect, to be honest with you. What videos I have watched of the Zao, they are quite poorly placed. But I am going to send off my own torpedoes because he is in range, just in case he makes the decision to turn back this way or continue on the course that he's on. Might just give him something to think about and just persuade him not to come back this way. But we've got 30 seconds on cap, so he's not going to make it back here and spot me unless I fire my guns. And yeah, the enemy team there are just saying, "Oh, don't cap, let him win." But don't give wins away, not when we've earned them. And I do make the decision now to fire. We've got like 7 seconds left. I might as well farm a bit of damage on him. And there we go. Cap done. But an enjoyable game again, like my last video. As long as you're enjoying it, keeps you playing. Finish top of the tree, which is what we always want. Plenty of damage mixed around with everybody. And plenty of credits, which is always nice, helps us buy the next lot of ships anyway, or the upgrades. So as always guys, I hope you enjoyed that one, and I'll see you in the next video.